Lesson 137. I like it, this time in Latin.
In this lesson, we're going to learn how to use the word placet and placent.
And what kind of words are they, Michael?
So these are third singular and third plural verbs that mean it is pleasing and they are pleasing.
And these verb forms are a form of the verb plakeo, which is a second conjugation verb, right?
Right. And what's unusual about plakeo is that for the most part, we don't see it very often in the first and second person. It is most frequently used in this third person construction to talk about liking things.
So in the chart, I didn't even put in the first person or second person forms. All I gave you was just the third person singular and third person plural, because like if I said plakeo, that would mean I am pleasing. So there's not really a good place for me to use that. But to say that you like something, literally you're going to say that the thing, whatever the thing is pleasing to me. And so to do that, you need the verb placet, which means he, she, or it is pleasing. So Michael, let's go step by step and put our Latin sentence together.
Right. So first we'll do this in the singular, then we'll do it in the plural, and we'll stick to our boat at first. So the thing we like is going to be the subject of the sentence. So we like a boat, so that means scappa is the first word that we're going to use.
Right. So our sentence so far just says the boat. In
right.
English, and in Latin that's just scapha, right?
Exactly. Now, placet is usually used with the dative to show the person or persons that like whatever it is we're talking about.
Because remember, the English word order here is the boat is pleasing to me, or more literally, the boat to me is pleasing.
Right. And so this is actually very similar to when we learned about the dative of possession. So it shouldn't seem that strange to you. So let's add in our word. We have scappa mihi. And then finally, we can add our verb, placet.
So literally, the boat to me is pleasing.
Exactly. Or, I like the boat.
Exactly, Michael. We're not going to translate it into English as the boat to me is pleasing. We're going to give it a nice smooth-sounding English translation, which is, I like the boat.
So let's move on and talk about liking some horses, and this time use the plural. So, Bill, what case should horses be in our sentence?
Well, in this kind of sentence, very similarly to the dative of possession, the thing that you're liking in the sentence is going to be in the nominative case.
Right. So equi is the nominative plural form of equus, horse.
So a word-for-word translation would say, the horses, to me, are pleasing.
Right. So when we add the rest of the Latin words to that sentence, we have equi mihi placent.
But you won't translate it literally as the horses to me are pleasing. Instead, you'll say, I like horses. You'll give it a nice, smooth English translation.
Right. And there's one more thing I'd like to note, Bill.
And what would that be, Michael?
So in English, we use the word love a lot. I
love that word.
Right. I love pizza.
I love coffee.
I love crackers.
Crackers. Okay, that got weird. Let's get back to the grammar here.
You don't have crackers with your coffee, Bill?
No.
You must be a Starbucks fan.
I am, actually.
Right. Well, anyway, the point I was trying to make, Bill, was that in English, we use the phrase I love much more frequently than it's used in Latin. If we like something, it's usually better to say mihi placet than amo. That isn't to say that grammatically it doesn't work, right? You could say, for example, equum amo. I love a horse. But
and it's not wrong.
Right, it's
not wrong to say that you can use that Latin word in that way.
Right. So if we can, let's try to use mihi placet more often than we use amo to express our love for things or our like for things.
That's right. The day-to-day way to say that you like something is with mihi placet.
But, you know, it's still okay to use amo, especially when you're talking about family members, right? Matrem amo, patrem amo, fratrem amo. These are good times to use it when we're talking about people especially.
And if you want to say that the person you're talking to likes something, instead of mihi, you'll want to say tibi. So you can say,
Right.
hic liber tibi placet. This book to you is pleasing, or you like this book.
Right. Or if we wanted to ask a question, we could say tibi ne placet or hic ne liber tibi placet. We can do all the normal changes to a Latin sentence here on this special sentence to turn it into a question.
And before we finish up, one last thing. If the thing that you are liking is plural, you'll need to use placent, which is third person plural. Look at these examples right before the exercises. We have castella mihi placent.
I like the castles.
I like castles because castella is plural, right? It's a neuter noun of the second declension. So if you say castella placet, that doesn't make any sense. You're saying the castles, it is pleasing. So that doesn't add up. You need to say castella placent, the castles, they are pleasing, right? So you want your subject and verb to agree. So if the thing you're liking is singular, use placet. And if the thing that you are liking is plural, use placent, the third person plural form.
Exactly.